All right. It's been the first time I'm live in a while, and I'm keeping it chill and quiet tonight because there are other people chilling in the house, and I do not want them to be waking up or anything like that. So, anyway, welcome. If you're here to chill, it is very late on Sunday, the 11th of December. I've pretty much been off for 6 weeks because, hey, yeah, it's just the way life goes sometimes. And anyway, I just wanted to get on, have a bit of a chill night session, and just sort of see how things pan out. I just felt like doing it tonight, nothing special. So it is what it is. Hey, and I've just come out of the shower before, so my hair's gone all kind of, dare I say it in poor humour, but fury. Yeah, it's not holding at all. There we go. That'll have to do. Um, so welcome. Anyway, I figure I just want to do a straight run of Stoneblock 3. There we go. The illusion is restored. So this actually released a little bit back. Stoneblock 3, Feed the Beast. Download the Feed the Beast installer if you want to give it a shot. But I love mod packs. I love Minecraft mod packs because of just how the infinite possibilities of what it actually can do. And I'm hearing myself talk back, which is horrible. There we go. So, but yeah, I've tinkered around in it as a bit of a demo run, just to sort of see how things pan out, see how to get the early parts started, and it's good stuff. If you're fan of automation, you're a fan of Skyblock series and the previous Stoneblock packs, where you're stuck underground in a cave with nothing but rocks, and figure out how to do things from there. You'll be a fan of this. It's good. It's got some good progression. It's got plenty of random rewards as you go through and complete the goals. So yeah, I just want to try and get the first couple of stages going over the next little bit, and let's see what I can do. Anyway, I've got a Bundaberg ginger beer here. Let's jump on over. I'm gonna get rid of this bit at the top tonight, just because I don't really want that there, and I just want to sort of enjoy things. I'm also going to get rid of this because I got my other page up at the moment for chats and stuff. I should have the other keyboard over in front of me here, actually. My setup has gotten to be a mess over the last little bit because I just pure and simply haven't tidied it up. For the life of me, this is annoying as all hell, but I have basically, I don't get hay fever, and the last little bit I've been given hay fever by the horrible stuff that's going on in my area at the moment. So it's a thing and a half. Anyway, I've pre-made this world. I've set it up ready to go. I like how they've got dark mode. Light mode, dark mode. Definitely dark mode. Less perfect dark. Toasted light mode. I was in toasted light. I'm going to put it back to toasted light because I like that. So yeah, Stoneblock 3. You start off in this cave. By default, there's a chat box in the over here, over to the side, over there. Let's see if the thing's point. Yeah, camera. It's over on the side over there. That's the wrong way. That way. By default, it's got the chat there with everyone who's in Stoneblock 3 at the given time and asking questions and stuff. It's handy if you want to get an idea of some information, but not necessary. This cave, I'm pretty sure you can't die because it's meant to just be sort of like a hello, welcome to the world sort of thing. You'll see the nether portal in the middle is how you actually get started. It just shows you a little bit of what you expect to be seeing in terms of context. I mean, you've got your basalt. Got your layers. They got crystal growing and all this sort of stuff over here. Lanterns and all sorts of random bits and bobs. Now, there's a candle. But yeah, it's still got all your basic things that Stoneblock's good for things like you got your stone cutters and all that sort of stuff over here. For decoration, just your standard furnaces, your standard grindstones, all that sort of stuff. But no, it's just real soul stone, soul sand. Real basic. There's a few things that takes to get into it, but yeah, this is how you get in. So let's jump. Now you've got an option of all your different caves here. Bone shaft intersection. Like you can have a really nice big open sort of cave and all that sort of stuff if you really want to. But personally, I'm kind of like OG sort of thing. I mean, you can get these. I mean, it gives you plenty of resources and plenty of stuff to get started with, which is great, but not my cup of tea. It's got plenty of green, so it's got like color and everything. This probably doesn't have like color, but I think it lends its way to the most like creativity, which is good. Ow. You spawn in. The map spawns in around you, showing that you are in the middle of nowhere. You've got your quest book, which has your introduction. It's entirely underground. It shows you here. You're in the center, just stone. There might be some blocks and stuff all around it. Then you've got the nether in blocks around that. You've got the end in blocks around that as well. Yeah, it's a long way to travel, so I haven't discovered like ways to fast travel or anything properly just yet. But you can do the tech marks, and this will start to unlock your other rewards. How to actually start. This is just if you're going to have like teams and stuff. I'm thinking about maybe launching some kind of server, maybe if I can get some like good followers and stuff. My hair's gone full Bieberish. Can't stand that. You know, you look yourself in the side and you're just... I'm going to flag this to stay open because I like the thing to stay open. Events. Sometimes things just happen. Through Stoneblock, you'll find random special events. The one I've come across the most is there is a loot bee that just randomly shows up. Yeah, you've got an auto collect if you just want to collect all rewards. But if you like exploring, you have like your storage options and getting started. This gives you like the bare basics of what you would need to do to get the ball rolling on this. And the first thing is obviously just it's Stoneblock. We're getting pebbles. So let's put this away and let's... Now, the one I started before was in the cave, like the actual like cave. It's okay. Rock and stone. The actual like cave is good, but there's a lot of like dead spots all around. If you Oop, there we go. Look, there's already... Is that a slime of some sort? You can see through the walls when stuff starts appearing. I don't like the aesthetic of this being like laid out like this. Anyway, you take your cobble. I need literally one more pebble. Give me dust pebble. Two. Oh, that's right. You can throw the pebbles as well. And you get your first crafting table. Now, the quest book you can use, but I've just keybound it to P. But you can re-keybind stuff yourself if you ever need to, which is good. Also, I'm just going to do a quick So I'll do a quick test here with chat. Oh, I've got to turn off the Movember stuff as well. Oh, yeah, good. It's working. Everything's working there. In fact, I might quickly just do that now. Because, A, one thing on my screen's bugging me. B, I need to, yeah, Movember's over, although I still kept this. Continue. Streamlabs is being interesting. Looks like they've updated things recently. Alright, CloudBot. CloudBot's got a few things in there. Oh, it's got the actual bot built into it now. So, timers. Yeah, I don't really have many timers. I just needed to turn off the Movember one, so all good. Alright. So we've got crafting table. I'll just put in the middle here, which starts to unlock a lot of things for us. Also, this thing here tells you if the quest book is like there. So if you've completed something, I like doing this. It gave me a hearthstone. Interesting. I have no idea what that's for. Make a crafting table. I got a wither muffler. Alright, stone chests. The gadgets against grind. Ooh. Oh. Could be kind of good. Alright, our next quest after this is to make chests, a crook, and a hammer. Because the hammer's going to start getting us all this extra stuff here. So in order to do that, let's hydrate up with... My hair's getting long, and it's getting kind of annoying if I don't put stuff in it. And I didn't put stuff in it tonight, so I am going to constantly be brushing it back. I want to get up higher. This is going to serve two purposes. A, I need pebbles. And B, I want to get rid of like the roof aesthetic where it's just like that dome, section of dome. Oops. Now, vein mining does exist in this, but it doesn't work on stone because stone's literally everywhere. Alright. Now, pebbles, as far as what they make, just make cobblestone. You can put pebbles into a thing. Pebbles are only going to last, like, they're only really going to last here. There's going to be literally no point to the pebbles later down the track. Cobblestone, however, make these cobblestone parts. Four of these make a chest. And we're going to start putting our... This chest we're going to use for our, like, loot drops. Is this the edge of reason? I could just go sideways. But no. I have to do the aesthetic thing. Thing is, I'm a weird person when it comes to aesthetics. I always like focus on aesthetics real early on when it's not really like a point to, and then later on when it's like, well, you could. Is by that stage you're like so far into like doing everything and setting up everything that is like it becomes really pointless for like having to go back rebuild everything just the point to make it look pretty. I'm the sort of person where if you can like figure out like, oops, I don't want that one. If there's a point to a grind, like there's a, I don't know, like I mean, there's always a point to grind, no matter what you do. Man, I can reach far. Anyway, I'll get this to be a nice like cube though. All right, we've got 15 rocks. Now you'll see I've got some things already flagged here, so chainmail chestplate. Well, we might as well chuck that on. That's kind of handy. I don't know what I'm going to be coming across that will need it so far, but all right. Now these can make rods. Rods can do many things for us. It can make a hand crank. Once I've got planks. Andesite's going to be a thing in this game. Crook, we're going to need. A hammer, we're going to need. Netherite, iron. Oh, this is just all the different hammers. So basically, stone hammer, and then these are just all the upgrades after the fact. You can use them to make casts, make sand casts, auto crafting, which is kind of pointless. So the only thing it's really going to the only thing it's going to practically do for us is the hand crank and then just some initial equipment, which is good. We need 3, which is a real pain. But we need the hammer. And the crook. Whoa, 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 whoa. There we go. I think this one's a pretty much a fixed thing because the temporal pouch is brilliant. And we got a chocolate cake. Now the temporal pouch, you want to keep on you at all times. We've got to let it build up a little bit of time, but yeah, other than that, we got 4 chocolate cakes. It doesn't tell me how much food they get out of it, but still. So now we got hammer. It actually tells you what it all does. But this will break things into cobblestone, which is going to start making life a lot easier, as you don't need to get the pebbles anymore. Also a little bit faster. Now I know this is dark, so at some point we're going to start getting some like resources and stuff in the very near future. Oh, I can't even see what I'm mining into here. Oop. But we get ourselves a nice little bit of cobble. Cobble wobbles. Up, 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 up. There we go. We're pretty much up to like a couple stacks. Yep. Well, until you can get like trees and stuff going. It's not too bad with the food situation early on. Did I flop? No, I'm still on the wall. But I reckon clearing out the kind of space that I'm wanting and making this just a nice little like cubular area. Will get us plenty of good cobblestone to use. Probably break this tool as well, so. And if you hit, it's programmed automatically to F7, but if you hit that, you can get like the layout on the ground to be in terms of light levels and stuff. Yeah, see, it's already popping up here. Thankfully, I don't need to worry too much about the red areas, only because like I'm still going to be in the area. You have to be a certain amount of distance away for stuff to spawn. And even if I do get killed by something, I'm like literally right here. This is my world spawn, so in fact, you know what? I'll just pop the thing and just put that onto the crafting table, literally right in the middle of the room. Shift the light source. We've squared out the this side of the cave pretty easily. Got ourselves a nice little bit of collie wobble. All right. So we can get saplings, seeds, gravel, which will give us some compressed gravel. Now this is really good early on. I like this because it's the fixed rewards. We're giving you like the compressed stuff. So let's pop this dude. Gravel. And then gravel. Pop the gravel down. Hammer that down to make dirt. Put the dirt down. Hammer that. Turns into sand. And the sand. Hammer that down. Turns into dust. We go to our thing. We've got all these. We can get some compressed gravel. Compressed dirt. Compressed sand. And compressed dust. Nope, just regular dust. All that stuff is going to come incredibly handy. For some early on stuff. This is when we start getting to like millstones and all this sort of thing. So the next thing is a sapling. Mining dirt with a crook. And this is an example where, yep, my vein mining is present, and you can see the outline of what you're going to vein mine, which is great. And we got a bunch of stuff. Trees and seeds and all sorts. One, two, three, four. 1, 2, 3, 4. I want a double chest of like just random plants and stuff. Okay. We've got some oak saplings, trees, other bits. We're going to need more dirt. So this is where that compressed gravel is going to come into play. You can hit compressed, and it'll uncompress it and just mine it for you, which is handy. Now, in this small environment, I'm going to need more space. But I do need somewhere to do a tree. There's this little 3x3 hole here. will give me a place to put some dirt down. And I suppose we could always pick this up later. Now, birch, acacia. Got some dark oak. Let's just go for the traditional oak. It's good for a reason. Yeah, you still hump the trees in a thing, and it's still good. You can crook the leaves. And they'll give you apples. And vines. Leaves don't override stone, which is good. Now, the apples are good early game because they're a fairly sustainable source of food. Now, I'm getting these here, just using a tool. An axe would be better, but that's fine. We can use a hammer. There we go. We've got a couple more achievements to go. We're off. Seeds. We got the seeds, no problem. We got potato, carrot, pumpkin. Might be worth growing some carrots at some point. But the sapling. You can get saplings from mining dirt. We've got that. Got a chainmail helmet. That's kind of good. And wood. You can choose anything, but I'm just going to go with the oak. Now this is where we start getting into the basics of tinkers as well. We got millstones as an early game setup for this as well, which is millstones are interesting. Oops, I can't see what my keys are. Hang on, let me dump off some of this. Actually, no, I'm keeping this. I'm gonna put the quest book actually in the initial chest. And this goes on my head. Those plants go in here. Now you got your normal seeds, but you also got these like really weird arcwood saplings. Cascading, flourishing, blazing. Ars Nouvelle. I've never really interacted with this. I've never really seen it before Stoneblock, but apparently it's EMCable, which is something. And so that's like a way later on when you start getting to like Project E and all that sort of stuff. But no, it's magic, and I think it's magic, some sort of mystical system of some sort, but I'm not sure exactly the detail. Oh, there's another one. Vexing. Interesting. But I got some logs. Now I got logs. Start getting into the tinkers stuff. Now these tables are handy because they've got these. The tinkers crafting grids do not have them, and sometimes if you need to like craft stuff on bulk, it can be handy having these buttons here to balance and do things like that. So I've noticed. What was I after next? Ah, the sieve, right. Now I did have the... Do I not have the sieve? Millstone? It's the millstone. Huh, I didn't have the millstone there. This is starting to get into some stuff. This is the create mod. And the create mod's actually kind of cool from what I've seen so far. You are going to need some andesite, which if you're starting in any of the other cave systems, andesite's actually local in the cave itself. This one though, you have to dig up. This is where you need to start getting into some really interesting stuff. You have to dig up like 20 or 50 blocks. No, it's like 25 blocks or something like that. I can't remember exactly. But planks, andesite, polished andesite. Oh, this is any sort of stone. I forget. But yeah, polished andesite specifically. So, this is where I'm going to have to create like some sort of vertical mine shaft at some point. In the meantime, we can get into Tinkers. So, at Tinkers, we're going to need all the basics. Narco strips. They got all the normal stuff. Needs patterns and a crafting station to make a crafting table to make a crafting station. So patterns is something that I've saved here. We need more sticks. Now this is not stone rods. I forget. I don't know why sticks are not stackable when stacked to 64. It's stupid. Six, seven, eight. Now patterns, I'm going to say you're going to need a lot of. Oh, wooden shears actually. That's a good thing. Yeah. So I'm going to suggest just go ham on it. Make a giant stack of them because you're going to need them. Here we go. Crafting station with an oak log. Next on the agenda is the part builder and the actual tinker station. This just needs planks and patterns. And that's the next one in line. And then the last one was the part builder, which is just 2 ogs and 2 patterns. There's a lot of patterns in this. Oh. And my hair is driving me nuts because I need to put stuff in it. Oops, nope, I didn't want that. I want facades. Not facades. What are these? Cobblestone parts. Alright. Let's clear another chunk of the base. There goes the hammer. Alright. Since we're getting into some of the stuff, might as well chuck down the tinker station somewhere. We can always just remove it later if we need to. Which, I mean, it's me. Good luck. Alright. Parts. Now we get into the good tinkers stuff. The good things, as always, is just material value 2. Pattern cost 1. What if I use a stick? Oh, because I had 2 of them. So I need this. The pick head needs 2 cobblestones. I'm pretty sure it's the tool binder. I like the way they've refined tinkers these days. It's a lot simpler and easier. Now, I made this mistake before. There's a Pickadees. I don't know why you would make this, if I'm honest. It's a versatile mounting tool that's effective in rock, dirt, sand, and gravel. Probably because it's like universal. Like you just need to move stuff. It's good. Pneumatic, which is kind of handy. The hand axe, which is okay. The pickaxe. It's designed to break down stuff, and this is pretty much like the basic sort of thing I'd just grab for now. Stone pickaxe. It's got cultivated, piercing, and stonebound. I have no idea why that would be a thing, but here we go. Tinker's pickaxe. It can only get better. Hey, Pan. Hey, mate. Late thing on a Sunday, but how you doing, mate? I've been off. I dropped off the face of the earth. I know. It's thanks again for subbing, buddy. Really do appreciate it. 9 months now. That's a thing. That is something to be celebrated. I'm thinking I'm hang on. Was losing my breath. Yeah, look, I dropped off a little bit from November. I feel like I owe you explanation. Yeah, 9 months. The sucky thing is, just because of how slow things are in terms of like Twitch payouts and that sort of stuff, it's taken me a little bit to get up to the $50 threshold, which is annoying, and then I've had to do the tax interview that you need to do on Twitch. And I think the tax interview causes things to reset a little bit, which is really annoying. But anyway, no, 9 months. My dude, you are a flippin' legend. But yeah, coming in for some Stoneblock, just some chill evening vibes. Oh, don't mind under your feet. Not that it matters too much in here. In Adelaide for Athletics Nationals, driving back tomorrow. Nice, nice. Nationals, my dude. What specific athletics were you doing, my dude? This is just the chill part of the stream where I break stone. Playing Pokemon Let's Go Eevee to pass the time, getting pretty into that. Shot put and discus. Yeah, I know you're pretty... I always remember you being pretty strong, my dude. It's funny, I actually only just picked up... got to do hammer throw next year as well. Man. I get those ones, like, there's a certain amount of strength, but there's also a good amount of technique, I always think, that goes into that. I don't know, I'm observing from a distance, but, I mean, if you can break it down to physics, I always analyze stuff like that from a physics perspective. Oh, no. No, 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 no. Oh. Can I reach it from here? Yep, I can reach it with them. Alright. There we go. Aesthetically pleasing. While everything's simple and easy to do the aesthetics for, that is aesthetically pleasing. There we go. Alright. The thing is, I'm going to have to break this as well at some point, so... No, I might as well do. I might as well just start. I'll get like a thing like this going. I'll make it like a 3x3. Well, actually, no. There's going to be a hammer stuff you do with this. That's going to be. Speaking of hammers, yeah, there's going to be a hammer thing you do. That's like it breaks things in a 3x3 grid. So that might be something we need to look into. Oh, well, good thing is there's plenty of stone to repair the pickaxe. I see you go to the Tinker Station. Currently broken. Well, currently you can just eat other stone and be repaired. But no, that's exciting news, dude. But yeah, let's go Eevee. I coincidentally picked that up recently myself. Just because my oldest has Let's Go Pikachu, and yeah, I basically just wanted an extra little something to work around with his stuff. So needs the axe. That's right, I can just break it. Get all my patterns back. But no, I spent a good little bit of time with him recently, just trading version exclusives and all that sort of fun stuff. That was cool. Did that like a week ago or something like that. Art builder, let's put all the patterns back in. Alright. Don't need to. I'll just dump some resource in there for now. I'll repair and modify, but then I don't even need to really look at swords or anything like that at the moment. I don't know why the daggers are really a thing here. The Karma's kind of cool. The Pickadees I don't really know what to think about. The Matic. It's basically like a shovel and axe all in one, which could be kind of cool. All right. This is north. I feel like any adventure we want to do. I'm going to level 18 Eevee. I don't know how to evolve him. It's Let's Go Eevee. You don't evolve your partner unless you're talking about like a separate Eevee. I mean, that's a different story. Now, I want to explore here just quickly. Brushes down to the core components. We don't want that hammer. We want something like this one, which is just 3 sticks and 3 stone. Not cobblestone, stone. Oh, you do have a different one. Okay. I'm trying to think, is with Let's Go Eevee, is there like, is this like migrating Eevees in from like other games or something like that? I don't remember. You don't just evolve. No, well, I know some of the forms you need the stones. The Umbreon and Espeon, I think you get him happy enough and you level him at like nighttime or daytime, depending which one you want. I know that much. The Impact Hammers, the Stone, the 5x5x5. There's the Destructor Hammers. There's the Reinforced Hammers, which we need an Enforced Impact for. Jace. Redstone, Gold, Diamond. Gold, Redstone. Iron and thing. I just want this. But I need stone, which means I need to cook some stuff. Which is fine, I just grow more trees. Which means it's actually, can I repair the crook? I'm pretty sure I can repair the crook. I think. Nope. I don't know if I need this many crooks, but still. Absolutely obliterated little Timmy trainer. Oh my gosh. No, I started playing it, and because I wanted on my team, I wanted I was playing the long game. From the start, I wanted to have a early game Pokemon onto one of the team later on. Um so I started doing a catch combo for male Nidorans right at the start, right after you leave Viridian City. My Eevee, once you get to the catch combo of 30, all the Pokemon you catch after that get really good IVs, like 4 perfect IVs. But I wanted one to have a specific nature, and getting the one specific nature took forever. Oh, that's right. The advantage of these crafting stations is leaving the items where they sit, which is handy. They can just camp there. What was I doing? Quests. I made my Tinker's Staff. I got a spyglass. That kind of feels like it's useless. Making the melter. I've got to do all that sort of stuff. Rain Award plus a few puny. Puny smelting. Puny smelting. And this I need andesite. So, I'm going to need to start really harvesting the wood. Axe head. Need 2 to make the axe head. The binding. I'll take these. I'll take these. The binding and the thing. I'll go to the part builder. I need to chop down those pesky little trees and let's go. You got to get a bit further in the game. There's a specific point where your Eevee learns all the like stuff that it needs to. Alright. Now, the favorite part of any early modded Skyblock or Stoneblock thing. Pump the trees. That's it. That's it. Make them grow. Show them a little bit of love. Vein mine. Grow trees, grow. Are these not growing because they're too close to the edge or something? I don't know. Now, it's good that they've got like the quick harvesting thing in this as well. Well, that one grew. I thought it obliterated some of the thing. Oh no, it grew. They're just being a bit stubborn. Now, these ones, if you right click, you can actually shave or strip the logs. Now, there's a reason for this later on, but I wanted some stripped logs for now. Can you just treat them like normal? Yeah, you can. But there's a reason why I'm stripping logs. Yeah, this year has not been great when it comes to... Whoa. I kind of like the spyglass, but it's stupid at the same time. There's a reason for... I can make my furnace now, actually, as well. I'll fix this setup later. I'm going to leave this handle and this table here, I think, because it's like, it is like the center of the world. Also, I need some apples. I need some apples, dude. I need to eat some apples. It's got 31 minutes of stuff. I've been doing this for 31 minutes. Ah, my hair is bugging me. But I refuse to cut it, and I refuse to go downstairs right now and like get some stuff. Bundaberg ginger beer. Wow, it does not show up very well on the camera. Let's see. Let me repair my tools at some point. We need andesite. we have any more facades? No. Make 8 of those. Yeah, I'm hitting the wrong buttons. Alright. And just dump my stuff off for now. Except the apples. I need the apples. Right, I'm going to need to repair my pickadees. No, I don't. I need to go up. So, the thing with this mod pack is... This is east. That's right. I'll make like a... No, hang on. I've got access to wood. I've got access to all that sort of stuff, so I can take these. I can make the furnace. I'll get some wood. And I'll just do this. 4 should be enough. One to one. This will get me some charcoal. Oh, now this is where the temporal pouch comes in handy. 4 times speed. How much do I have left in it? Still have 32 minutes. 8 times speed. Yeah, I'll keep it like that. Look at that. Look at that cooking. Might put an extra one in there. Because if I can get this in place and then 3, 2, 1. Yes. Look at the efficiency on that. Oh, here we go. Lone Star's Rod of Tester Beating. I've obviously picked up a random stick from somewhere. It counts as a like recipe though. They are kind of annoying, I will admit. Alright, I was going to do it facing east, but we've got a hammer now that does a 3x3. I want to leave like walls too thick before I like... Maybe I'll go like 3 thick. Also, I need sticks. Pretty sure stone rods don't count. That and that. Bam. Full stack of torches. Put them in my offhand. Alright. We start our progression upwards. This is going to be annoying to mine on the way down because it's... Well, maybe not so much. Bam. What happened here? Oh, I hit the wrong... Okay. That's where we get our pickaxe and just fix it up just manually. There we go. I hit the wrong angle. That's what it was. It did it again. Weird. But I might rotate around here. What am I at? 15, 14, 15. Yeah, 15, I'm 15 up. Step. I'll go one more. And then we'll rotate. 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. There we go. Symmetry. Design. Symmetry. Other fancy words. I don't know. And at some point, I think... What's that? Nope. Not yet. Still not yet. And that's the end of our hammer. That's okay. Ow, ow, ow. It's kind of a narrow tunnel, but I want to come back down later and just refine it a little. Um, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll just be very specific with the amounts we're using at the moment. That's what I was saying before. Yeah, I was Nidorino farming to get a catch chain of over 30, and by the time I finished that early game part, I hadn't even left Viridian City. I hadn't gone through Viridian Forest, and I was honestly like, I had like a level 25 Eevee, like the partner Eevee. So I'm like, okay. I was absolutely like, I could obliterate everything. And by the time I was there, like the Nidorino that I was going to have as a partner, as a part of my team, he's good nature. So I don't need the extra stick for now. EMC 1, EMC stack 5. Oh, stack EMC 5. Yeah. It's basic. But yeah, you're not going to be able to chop down any trees, man, until at least 2 gym badges. So. Alright, I've got some stone. Grab a couple more hammers. Alright. You got the rock and water one. You got the boulder badge and the cascade badge, so it's a good start point. Once you get to the next area, you should be pretty golden. This generation of Pokemon, honestly, is very, I want to say handholdy, but it's no Generation 1 experience, I'll tell you. As someone who's played the original games when they came out back in 1998, um, yeah, uh, that game did not give you any clues. This game gives you like you can't mistake like what needs to happen next. Like contextually, you can usually figure it out pretty easily, but yeah, they don't like you to lose. I've picked up a few Pokemon games recently. I'll 35. Might swivel here too. One, one, two, one. So step one, two, three. Yep, good. One, two, one, two, three. Why did I do it down there? Did I do three? Must have gone three. One, two, three. One, two, three. Yeah, don't like you to lose. I mean, it is reintroducing the original games back to the younger generation in a lot of ways with the Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee series. Um, I recently picked up a copy of Brilliant Diamond. Um, Mostly because I haven't really played my way through too much of the what is that? That's Diamond and Pearl was Generation 4. I picked that up, and that one wasn't too bad in terms of experience. But yeah, the Let's Go series, Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, TMs are fully reusable. Something that isn't in other games. That I've experienced. Maybe some of the later generation ones, I don't know. But I mean, yeah, it's an easier way, even if like you don't have the grind against fighting or the you don't have so much the grind of fighting against wild Pokemon endlessly. Like it's forcing you to do catch quests, and that's how you can level up. And if you do your catch chains, I'll put it this way: if you get a catch chain to like even in the 50s, or if you're good and you get it to 100, you get so many like level up candies. It's no joke. Like even just doing the Nidorans, I got strength candies. Like my physical attackers have no problems with like candy and life and all that sort of stuff. I broke my hammer. And drop pebbles too. Um, yeah, so if you're using use your candies to level up your Pokemon as the game intends. I mean they power up from leveling up, but it's nothing compared to like something like if you get a good stack of candies and stuff. Oh come on! Why you do this to me, game? There we go, Andesite. Should I have Psyduck level 11 or Pikachu level 12? Dude, that is entirely up to you. Your adventure. Here we go. Andesite mining. We are here. We're at level 50. Level 50 above ground. We want to go higher, though. We do want to go higher. At 50, though, I do want to plateau out a little bit. So I'm going to take my ham. One, two, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. There's a bee. Probably a loot bee. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. One, 2, 3, 4. Oops. One. Get up. 1, 2. And everywhere around here, I might as well do like open up the roof on this bit. Alright, we're at the andesite layer. We're going to need a lot of andesite. When I say a lot, I mean lot. It makes up so much of stuff. Okay, let's analyze this. Psyduck or Pikachu? Pikachu has the chance to evolve into a Raichu. Raichu, you have the option in the Let's Go series to trade for Alolan forms, which will get an electric psychic type, which I think has some pretty good offensive potential. Psyduck is, I think, a mixed attacker when he's fully evolved. So, don't quote me on that. I don't know. I don't think I've ever really trained a Psyduck. That being said, water is traditionally a good defensive type, but I don't know if Psyduck's intended to use as a defensive Pokemon. So, I don't know. He technically does have Psychic type moves, but he doesn't get Psychic Stab. So, one of the big things is looking for same type attack bonus. That's always going to be like a big thing that you should be looking for in terms of like, all right, your attacking types and stuff. If you're getting a defensive type, I mean, that does change the story a little bit, but meh. Also, before I get too much further from here, I'm going to plop down a table. I'll just plop it into like the wall like here. And I'm just going to... Red. Compressed. Cobblestone. Save me so much space in the inventory. I mean, Pikachu, not very defensive. Raichu, I think when it evolves, Raichu does give up a little, like the anime, does give up a little bit of speed in favor of power, but yeah. I feel like my pilot is kind of weak. I mean, if you're still only up to like, well, actually no. If you're up to Cascade Badge, you're in a good area to start getting some real good types. Here we go. Really got what we want. I'll keep digging up with the andesite for now. Just because I want to maybe even expose the next layer. And this will get me, by just digging up, this will get me the next layer. Oh, okay, no, never mind. No, we'll farm up. We just got to do it manually. Actually, we got plenty of andesite for now. Also, my phone just died, so my monitoring is off. Your original Eevee, an Ivysaur, Pikachu, Nidorino, Beedrill, Pidgey. Not bad. I mean, type-wise, Ivysaur and Nidorino both fill a poison slot. I like poison types. Beedrill as well. You got three things covered with poison. So you get to one section much later in the game where you're gonna get absolutely wrecked by one particular gym. I won't say which for I don't know sake, but 3 poison types, it's going to be a little bit problematic. Personally, I've never been able to really use a Beedrill. The idea of them is good. The execution, probably not so much. But he does have some good bug type. Well, not good, but does have some bug type moves, which could be handy in some cases. I like to evolve a Beedrill and a Butterfree purely for Pokedex purposes. The Nidorino, if you're willing to stick it out and wait till you can get a certain item to get him to his final stage, it makes for a fairly solid mixed attacker, I think. He does have, like, his final stage does have some good options. He does have a dual typing, which is fairly solid. Harden and Twin Needle. Twin Needle's pretty unique to Beedrill. It's definitely something worth like keeping on hand for that, but I wouldn't consider him a permanent part of the team, in my opinion. The crafty says the Tinker Station. I need to repair. All right, we got some andesite. So with some andesite, oh, we've got our starting like as you do things, stuff starts unlocking. Like this, it started to give us passive things. It's giving us a chicken catcher. It's giving us the things to get into Britannia, which is a hell of a. Britannia's a hell of a mod. If you keep in the Pikachu, which gives you electric coverage, I'm thinking I think you need some good like expansion on the team. Your partner Eevee can learn some really flippin' amazing moves, especially when you get to especially when you can get to 3. I think it's 3 badges that unlock some really good moves. When you get to 4 badges, it is ridiculous. So your partner Eevee is really good. If your partner Eevee is special based, though, I think that's going to be better. My partner Eevee was physical based, which is kind of annoying because all the moves you get are special, which is not great, but you can tell in the stats. Red is a good stat, blue is a bad stat. But type coverage, Ivysaur's a good special attacker, not fast, but I wouldn't call him a tank, but the Bulbasaur line can take a hit a little bit, and come back swing. They're really good if you have the right move pools and stuff. You can get a pretty good thing. if you want to keep the Nidorino for the poison typing and the eventual other typing that they get, they're pretty handy. Beedrill as a whole, their stats are not great. Pidgey, the original like OG flying type, pretty solid attacker, decent speed, solid attacker. Get it some good TM moves later, and I reckon, yeah, you're laughing. But yeah, type coverage wise, I mean, you can't go wrong with. There's not too many in this game, but you can't go wrong with a good psychic type. Maybe like a ghost type of some sort. But considering the ghost type that's in this game, short of any Alolan forms that I can picture off the top of my head, actually, maybe a dark. If you can find access to a good dark type, there's at least one that I can think of that might be kind of okay. If you get the if you get the Alolan form, but you're not going to have access to it till much later in the game. That could be something to consider for the team long term. I don't know. It really depends. All right, we've got the Andesite, which is a side thing, which just is, it's telling you need to get it because you need to get into stuff like this. Millstone, polished andesite, stone, planks. No, the compressed stuff. I had an option to learn Bite on my Eevee, which is a dark move, and I accidentally clicked on no to learning it. Ooh. Bite, no matter who Bite is on, Bite is good no matter what you get it. I think there's someone in the game who gives you the option to relearn moves you didn't get, but don't stress too much, honestly. Get a little bit later on. Look in the Pokemon centers. There's a NPC who can help you out with some of that stuff there. So I wouldn't stress too much. Again, if your Eevee is special based, that would be ideal, but it really depends. We're almost up to an hour's worth of grains of time, which is good. These are compressed, so I don't really need anything to do with them. I need a cooked stone. I can't cook compressed. Hang on. I'll chuck the compressed in there and just take the regular. I literally just need one. Yeah, Bite's a really good move. For early and mid game. Alright, cogwheel. I can make shafts with andesite alloy, which is just andesite and zinc, which I don't have access to yet, or nuggets. So I just need to make buttons. Buttons. And andesite. No? Polished andesite? Yes. Should you be trying to catch all the Pokemon you can? Yes, for the purpose of Pokedex completion. If that's how you like to play. Yes, for that reason. But stone. Millstone! Hooray! The other thing I need is that hand crank. A crank. I just need polished andesite, a stone rod, which I think I've got one of, which is perfect, and then planks. Oh, I got 9. I got 9 of these suckers. Now, good news is you only ever need one hand crank. Ever. Quest completed. Civs, never heard of him. A nod to Skyblock. A laser wrench? A 3D, 2D am I supposed to do with a razor wrench? I'm still working with rocks. What do I do? I'm shift clicking. Nothing. So Pokedex entries, yes, it's worth catching everything you can find for completion that way. But what you really want to be doing is, at some point, you really want to be catching chains of Pokemon. You need to, if you can get a catch combo of just catching the one type of Pokemon over and over and over and over and over and over again. Once you get to 31 plus, you are catching Pokemon with the best possible stats that they can have, and B, you're also earning like resources for leveling up depending on the type of Pokemon. Like the male Nidorans will give you a lot of attack candy, a lot of power candies or something like that, courage candies, which if you use them on your Pokemon boost their stats in a certain category. And once you get above 31 catch combo, rare types of Pokemon start to show up. So things like, for example, Abras. Abra is a fantastic line. Fast, high special attack. They know what they're doing. They get natural move pool guide towards that easily. So that's something I could definitely recommend. So we've got the sieve. We need to make the fan. We need to get some resources. Make an encased fan. Well, I've done this before. Encased fan was an andesite casing, and this is where stuff's going to come in handy. A propeller and a shaft. Propeller is iron sheets, andesite alloy. So we need to start making resources. This is where all this compressed sand, dust, and all this other stuff is going to come in handy. And this is where the millstone is going to come in handy as well. It doesn't auto drop some stuff in, so for now, I'm just going to drop it down here. I'm just going to make this. Oops. And I need the other type of hammer, not this one. My caps lock is on again. It's the basic stone hammer with roofing hammer, stone hammer. It was the stone rods and the cobblestone. No! Stop it! Stop it! Stop it! I need my hand in the right place. Stone rods, cobblestone I've got. Alright. Break this down. Gravel. Andesite, andesite. Polished andesite, gravel, gravel, gravel. You know if Roost is a good move for Pidgey to learn? Roost is good for healing. It does expose you to ground type moves. It depends how you're using it. In the context of single player game, it's okay. In the context of like maybe competitive multiplayer, which I have absolutely no no thing for. Hang on, I dropped the stack in, don't I? No. Nope, I don't turn it that way. I forget where I put the crank. On the side? But yeah, look, if you're gonna use something like that, like roost, then oh, it did go in maybe. Oh, I need to make another gear, don't I? If I remember what I did last time, here we go, cogwheel. Because then you put the cogwheel here, you take the thing, and then you had to put the thing on the cogwheel. Oh, no, it's in there now, good. So if I just start cranking this, which is going to use up a hell of a lot of food. Anyway, while that's ticking away, I'll have a sip. Anyway, short answer for your pan. I would probably take roost, but it depends on the rest of the move pool and what you're intending for Pidgey. I would say maybe it's worth it. So you've got like a heal, but then you'd want 3 other really good moves otherwise. Time to nom some apples. The satiated meter is filling as well. And I got some basic resources. Hooray! And hooray, I got some zinc. And I got some coal. I need to grow more trees. My hair is going crazy. It's driving me nuts. Oh, that's right. You get sand out of milling this stuff as well. Humping time. Humping time, children. Grow, tree, grow. Whoops. I threw my crook. Bonk. Grow tree. There we go. Those leaves will drop as soon as I hit this. Damn. Actually, while I'm here, I might as well make some wooden shears. Wood in shear. Alright. Here we go. 4 of these. Another crook. These crooks, so it's like a steel. Nope. Alright. Oh. Hang on. What do I need for the next bit? Oh, my hair's driving me nuts. It's a good thing I'm going to wrap up soon. But we did get some resources. I got an entangled binder. Alright, the fan is where we start getting into shafts and propellers and iron sheets and andesite alloy. The iron sheet, I need to make an engineer's hammer. I didn't get in the hammer, or I can press it. That's where I was getting into some of this stuff. This is where it starts to really take off. Mechanical press. I need a block of iron. I need a lot of iron. Maybe still have any. Does this thing still have some stuff? I wonder. Hang on. It does. It still has a lot of stuff in there. You can see a little grindy things going on the side. Wait, we are getting more. One, two. And then grindy, grindy, grindy. I am hoping this is working. I'm not seeing anything come out of it anymore. We got a fair chunk of stuff. You eat four apples to get like even close to full again. Alright, there we go. So for now, we'll get our iron going. We can use some of our coal. We need to cook up the zinc too, because the zinc's going to be really good with the stuff. I don't know what I'm trying to say there. Do you get more experience from catching the same Pokemon combos? Yeah, it increases. Honestly, like, I was seeing multipliers of like anywhere from 5 to like 9.8% of experience for like doing catch combos. Absolutely do them. As long as you see that little like thing dropping out of the bottom of the millstone, which should be good. But yeah, absolutely. It takes a bit, but look, I was looking at the mechanics of it the other day. Catch combo, if you get your catch combo sort of 1 to 10, it's sort of normal appearance rate for the Pokemon. Once you start getting like 10, 15, 20, 30, that sort of thing, the type of Pokemon that you're looking for will keep appearing more and more often. It's like 10, 15. Then at 31, it's 50% of the time that Pokemon will be appearing. So it gets easier to get to do the catch combos as you go. The only issue there is running out of Pokeballs. If you're in a good area, like in the Dark Cave, for example, I think there's a dude there. I don't know if he sells them or if he gives them to you. But there's ways you can get like easy catch combos. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, absolutely. Do catch combos, better experience. There is like it's still that still exists in the game. So there is that form of grinding, which is traditional to the Pokemon experience, but combine entangled blocks to other blocks. I need to put this into the reward chest because The rewards that I've gotten are going to be handy a lot later on. Or they're just they're just like this. Yeah, he gives them to you. So a cave like that, honestly, just do like catch combos on Geodudes or Zubats or something like that. The Zubat line, annoying at first, but eventually they are like hella good. I can't, for some reason, the last couple of times, not Let's Go series, but last couple of times of Pokemon, I've gotten a Crobat. And Crobats, A, are hella fast, and B, they got some offensive power to them. They are, sheesh. They are good. They will destroy things. Alright, we needed a block of iron. Another set of 8 buttons. This becomes so much easier when you can make shafts. Cogwheel. Now there's a reason before while I was stripping oak logs, and that's for this. I'll take this one back actually. So that's that. Almost done here. Might pull these out and put in the zinc. Because the raw zinc's going to give me some stuff that I can't get otherwise. Five should be enough because that gives me plenty of extra bits and bobs. In fact, I'll take the 2 for now because I don't think it's not even zinc things themselves. It's the zinc nuggets, which gives me andesite alloys, which uses up a lot of andesite. But with andesite alloy, I can then make the shaft. I'll make 16 shafts for now, because that's going to save me a lot of time. But with these, I can only make certain amounts anyway. Boom, boom. Stop it with the torches. Although that being said, I really should light up my space a little bit better now that I'm operational. I'll get this 8th one. It's funny because it's not even the actual things themselves, it's the nuggets. There we go. $32 shafts. Shafts are sort of a base of this stuff. Andesite casings, excellent. Which are not difficult to get at all, but they do form the basis of create. And now I've got you, and you. Nope, that's not the cogwheel. I need a shaft. Mechanical press. I'm just going to borrow you. Thank you. Pop one of these down because they kind of, I'd like the look of the casing. It's really kind of cool. Oops. Put this on here. Plonk. 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 We got 4 metal sheets. Iron sheets. We use those 4 iron sheets to make the propeller. We've got an encased fan. Wash your hands. We got a redstone upgrade for I have no idea what. This next part is what's going to be hell. Create. We made the mechanical press. We got an ender tank, which I have no idea how that's going to pan out for us. So, as far as the getting started page, we are at a little bit of a standstill because the next bit, while we're going to get some good resources for stuff like this, we are gated a little bit. But in saying that, we could potentially even find a way just to manually get some stuff. Part of what we're looking for is mobs. So this is going to be fun. I might make some sort of like manual generator. Got a Spiro 10 combo and a Charmander pit. Yeah, that's what I mean. The Charmander probably has a rare chance of appearing anyway, which is good. But oh, it's 2 ender tanks. Ooh. But they start having more and more like ease of appearing and all that sort of stuff later. Also, your chances of running into a shiny Pokemon also increase with the catch combo. I think you start off at like 1 in like 4,000, and then by the like time you're hitting like a catch combo of like the 31, 31's the magical number. By the time you hit 31, I mean Charmander. The Charmander line is a hell of an offensive line. They're fast. Charizards are fast. Have got some really damn good special attack on them, so their like flamethrower attacks are just ridiculously good. Physically, pretty damn good as well. There's a reason why they're a fan favorite. Short answer, yeah. Look, it's worth your time to raise a Charmander. Right now, 12:28. This is the one. This is the wrong one, isn't it? I need 1, 2, 3. I need another hammer. Put him in for Beedrill. Heck yeah. Up to an hour 20 minutes in this thing. Oh, neck. Anyway. Yeah, no. The fact that you can get all 3 of the original starters in the Let's Go series is ridiculously good. I mean, the starter Pokemon in general are just top notch. No matter what, like what game you're playing. I need some red spaces to appear. Also, I'm just going to quickly fix a setting for maps. Oh, equals and minus. Okay. I need some stuff to spawn in. Is this far enough away for you? Like 20 or 30 blocks or something? Maybe not. Maybe I gotta go further. Let's see if I can do this. This feels like it's going to be a really stupid move. I'm going a little kill corridor. Why is it not spawning? Am I not far enough away for you? Anything? Nothing? Maybe I do this one. This one's further away from base anyway, so... I need some bad guys. Ugh. I need like a bunch more stone. Alright. I think that's where I have to sort of call it here at this point. We've made the initial progress on this pack that we need to, which is good. That's cooking away there. So as far as like the early stages, I think I've done pretty well with that. As long as I can kill a mob. Let me take a look at what the plan is here. Because I need the, not the achievements, the mob soul. But we use the mob soul in a mixer with some sand and spits out a soul sand. Once we've got the soul sand, we use it with this. It's not, hang on, it's the, here we go, the haunting. You can switch it's cobblestone to blackstone. It's not that. Normal bricks to nether bricks. Soul sand into score, no. Deep slate to infested deep slate, no. It's all the infested stuff. Sand into, yeah, here we go. Sand into soul sand. And soul sand give me access to nether quartz. So the easiest way I'm going to make this happen is if I get some bad dude to spawn. But I feel like it's like a 50 spaces away from base issue. Let me just dump everything off right here for now. Not you. Leave one of you. I feel like if I go like 50 spaces away from base, I might start bumping into stuff. There's nothing spawning here. We're going to go down south this way for like 50 spaces. Yep. The biggest journeys start with but one step. And then your hammer breaking. There's supposed to be a point at which stuff starts spawning. I want to say that I'm like good to like stop for the night, maybe, but I'm clearly not. For someone like me who's like gotten so far into the rabbit hole of MBTI typing and just knowing my type as an INTP just is has a tendency to get to like obsessive compulsive a little bit. Just got another Charmander. Dude. Check out their natures. I reckon you want a good... You either want plus speed... Well, there's either one of three ways you would go. Plus speed, plus special attack. Maybe normal attack a little bit less so. You're going to be wanting to like lean heavy into like those like flamethrowers and other stuff like that. I got like 100 spaces away from base before those hammers broke, so anyone? Seriously, why are there no takers? Nothing is spawning in. The trouble is, unless you're only catching Charmanders, you break and you catch combo. But on the other hand, if you're getting a really good, what are you checking? So when you go in and check the Pokemon the Pokemon summary, first of all, the first line says their nature. If you push A to continue, it shows you like the hex graph. The hex graph shows you like what their nature actually is. If you see their one of the Pokemon stats red is good. Blue means that their growth in that stat is going to be 10% higher than the rest of it, than what it normally is. The trade-off is there's going to be something in blue. If it's in blue, that means it's not. It's going to be 10% less growth in what that is. I reckon for the Charmander line, you want them fast. You want them to hit hard. They're sweepers. So the best thing I think you can get is a negative or a blue special defense, and then maybe a blue normal defense would be sort of a close second. I would say you want special attack or speed would probably be your better would be your best things as a good trait. As far as what that actual thing is, I mean, it could be things like mischievous or quirky or something like that. I don't know. I've gone down the rabbit hole a little bit on that regard as well. So, come on. They're all dark green and light green. Hardy. Ooh, Hardy. Hardy sounds like he's defensive or he's just neutral. When you push A onto the next screen, it should show you what, like, the attack, defense, special attack, special defense, that sort of thing. Should show you there. This is 100 away from base. Like a 6x6 kill room or something like that. Back off like 50 spaces. Stuck in Cerulean. Have you gone? See, you're going to see Bill. Have you gone to see Bill at least? They're all just dead ends. Have you gone? So you have gone north to see Bill. Please tell me you've done that. Yeah, changing back. Okay, good. If you're really that stuck, seriously, northeast of town, there's a house. And the awesome thing about that house is you get dug. You go get dug. You should be able to work. Why are there no mobs spawning? Need mobs to spawn. M for map. Ooh. What's that? Minus 54. What's this? Minus 87. Minus. They're all minus. Minus 26. This one's not too far off. I don't like it's like 200 blocks away. But the stuff's starting to pop up on my map, which is really good. Want to go back to Mount Moon? No, go back to Cerulean. Go to the northeast house of town. That's your destination. No, you're not going. Don't go to Bill's house. Bill's house is on Route 24. You need to go to the northeast of Cerulean City, of the city itself. The northeastern house of Cerulean City is where you go, not Bill's house. I don't like this is at negative 87. I have to dig so far down. Why are these also negative? Negative 26 is reasonable. But this is definitely a next time thing. I just want something to spawn in there. Ooh, ooh, yes, 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 yes. There's some zombies spawning at the end of this. I'm coming for you, zombies. Anyone else? Yes, we've done it. We've got the mob soul. We just need one, and we can start mass producing a whole bunch of other stuff. Now, question is to make the mixer. The whisk was more iron sheets and andesite alloy. That's not difficult at all to do. Rotten flesh, man. You even feel like a plastic bag? I feel like we're gonna need these sticks. We're gonna need the andesite alloy. We need the andesite casings. I need the fan. The fan, we really need the fan going, but we also need some other stuff as well. Dust, andesite, stone, rod. The shafts are going to come in handy for this. Zinc. I'll take the cogwheel. Mob soul. We're going to need sand. In fact, half of the sand I'm going to turn into... No, not half. I'll make 8 pieces of glass. What? Ugh. That'll help cook one of them. Alright, so that's going to cook some glass. I need some sand otherwise. Right. I've got those two, so it's this thing. I need to make some iron sheets. Plonk. Plonk. 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 iron sheets. Cost us some hunger, which is okay. Because we can keep nomming on these yummy apples. Yeah, I knew that would come in handy. Ah, no. Ah, I didn't cook the last one. Here you go. Cook the last one. Right. 5 iron sheets, 2 andesite alloys. We got a whisk. We've got the whisk, the casing, and a cogwheel. We've got this a mixer. Mixer's done. My hair is getting crazy. It is getting late. Mixer requires a cogwheel, Luckily, cogwheels are significantly easy to make these days because we've got access to shafts. That. There we go. The mixer needs a bowl. Yeah, it needs a basin. Mixing. Basin. Which is andesite alloy, which we got plenty of. Now, we got that. Now, the next thing we need to make is some water, which I'm pretty sure I can do relatively easy with just some, not the compressed, the normal cobblestone. Oops. I take this and I can just make a... Nope. Can I just make a thing like this? Nope. What was the thing for the next bit? It was a basin or a cauldron or a... Not a cauldron. Hang on. Let me just look up water. Casting basin. Blah, blah, blah. Props. No. Door daisy. Coolant strippers. I forget how I get just the water. Of all things, water. Just caught 4 Vulpixes in a row. Have you exited the town yet, at least? Water bowl. I feel like there's like a cauldron or something like that. It's I don't know. Basin. Or a cauldron. Or a tub. A tuba. Yeah, to go through the house. Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, it's literally that one house. Once you're through that house, you start getting access to the rest of the game. These electron tubes are going to be a thing. Right, let's go over the thing. We got the mob soul. We got an ender chest. Okay, that's kind of cool. Create. We've got the mixer. We've got an armory cabinet. And look at all the stuff that's opening up to us as we slowly but surely grab some bits and bobs. We can make drippers, that's no problem. Collect water. Yeah, it's a cauldron. An armory cabinet. An ender chest. Why is there no cauldron or anything here? About to be 8. held. Let's just go oak leaves. Composting. It is a normal cauldron? Okay, so it's a normal cauldron. So I was right. But at the same time, that's incredibly painful. Alright, I'm going to wrap this up in a sec, so it's like a 1 o'clock finish. I want to finish on making the soul sand. Because once I can make the soul sand, then at least next time when I start this world off, I can that's enough actually. Cauldron. That was a task. It goes in the corner. Then I'll go get some leaves. And then I can make a bucket. Because next time I start on this, I can start on some automation. And automations are going to be where stuff starts to get like good. We need some more quests. I got water. I got an anvil, which could be kind of good. I need to pick a spot where I can start doing some like some of this good stuff, this automation stuff. Everything's manual and hand and just exhausting. So, get the soul sand. We'll get the soul sand. 1 bucket of water. It's all in there. Mix, mix, mix. What? No. We got a soul sand. And I need... Yeah, I need something to do with stuff this later. But yeah, I got the soul sand. I got the thing. All right, so we're looking pretty good. I'll do what all the Minecraft YouTubers do and everything like that. Yeah, so yeah, we're good. We're good. So until next time, you know. Yeah. Woo! I'm not growing anything. I was just standing here and just like bloop, and the tree grows. But nah, Stonecraft 3, Stoneblock 3 is actually really, really good. I'm enjoying. My test runs and all this sort of stuff. I've been enjoying it. I think once I've got like the basics down, I can like find a way to like make a really good factory, and we'll work with it there. But it's 1 a.m. in the morning. I'm kind of just I need to hide that as well. So there we go. I've been off for a little bit because it's been I just haven't had the energy to do streaming and all that sort of stuff over the last little bit. Just tried to go through November, tried to like get some charity streams going. It just didn't pan out too well. Yeah, life's been a bit tired, so but Pan, Good talking Pokemon with you, buddy. I'll have to get like your Nintendo ID or something. I think just to, my camera's way too low. Actually, bring it down a little bit. Um, I'll have to get like your Nintendo ID offline or something like that. If you want to send like a whisper or something in whisper, what is it? The chat, whatever in Twitch or something. Feel free to send me like your Nintendo ID, and then maybe we'll link up sometime. We can do like trades and stuff for like there's 4 Pokemon that evolve with trades, so it's definitely worth it because they are like really good Pokemon all around. But yeah, streaming's. I've spent a lot of this year trying to like make streaming like a regularly scheduled thing. I'm thinking I don't have the time to make it a thing. I'm like trying to always do too much work. It takes so much out of me. So this is not consistent, but it's going to something I'm going to be trying to do more often. I think I'm going to start putting a little bit more effort into like YouTube itself. Yeah, we'll see. It's a bit of a thing. I'm tired. I'm rambling. I need to get to bed because I've got an early start tomorrow. I've got kids. I got to like get out the door a little bit, and yeah. As always, look, thanks for watching. I really do appreciate it, support. Pan, you're awesome as always, buddy. I mean, subbing for 9 months. You are the man. I'm brain is freezing up, so that's not exactly helping. If you like what you see here, hey, I'm putting it up onto the YouTube archives. Please feel free to support me over there. youtube.com/@IamJarrell. The YouTube handles are brilliant these days for easy things. Twitch, not Twitch, Twitter, I'm over there. Please follow me over on Twitter, just because I do typically put announcements up. I'm planning a bit of a campaign on Twitter in the near future, just as like a bit of a random fun thing. But that's a bit of a thing. Look, appreciate any support you are willing to give. As always, look, I would like to wrap things up. Look after yourselves out there. Look after each other where possible. Remember that this world is an awesome place to be. There's a lot of good stuff out there, and I want you guys to be looking after yourselves and your general well-being. Don't worry too much about all like the bad stuff that's happening out there. Be aware of it, but just don't stress too much about it. As always, look, I'll catch you in the next stream, and we'll wrap things up here. So until then, bye now.